Hello and welcome to the Patch Notes Parenting Podcast, where none of us really know what's going on. I don't remember the whole intro, but we're here. We're excited to talk about some parenting topics tonight and also some gaming stuff. So my name is Mr. Ebox, and I am aggressively mediocre at most things in life, including video games. I'm a Twitch affiliate, a husband, and a father of three. And tonight we have Astra and Cassie with us. So Cassie, would you like to do your little intro?
I'm Cassie. I am proof you can be a gamer, an athlete, a business owner, a softball champ, and still lose arguments to a 3-year-old.
Absolutely.
World
Sometimes you win.
champ.
I'm Astra. I'm a Twitch partner, mom of 3. I don't remember my bio. I like
Professional goblin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like stealing people's pockets. Stuff in their pockets.
Yeah, just, not their stuff, just their pockets.
I'm taking their
Give
pockets.
me those pockets.
Give me your pants. I'm gone. I'm also sick, so I apologize. I'm going to sound raspy and maybe sniffing boogs. Who knows? But apologies in advance. Boogs.
Yeah. But yeah, tonight I thought it would be fun to talk about parenting in regards to kids growing up and it not feeling okay, because I've had a few of those moments recently. With wifey posted some stuff on like old Facebook memories in the last couple of weeks. One of them was like, I was with our youngest and I think I actually spit something out when I first got out of the car, and he just lost it. He laughed so hard, and then I just kept doing like fake like hawk too, like noises, and he was just like,
Ebox was the original,
the original hawk to it. Yeah, it's such a cute video. I'll have to send it your way. But he was just giggling at it, and I think for me, like seeing kids grow up is like such a double-edged sword, where it's like awesome to see that they're like, oh, you're more independent now and you can do this. And, but also like I have specific examples of each kids where they would say like words strangely. So like my oldest son, he loved dinosaurs when he was growing up. So we would watch, like Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous had just come out around the time that he was like old enough to start watching things. And he always called them Cynors or Cynodors. And he couldn't say the word
dinosaur?
Instead of dinosaur.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. And then our daughter, like for the longest time, and this was up until like a year ago, like very recently, she couldn't say the word napkin. She would always say knackman. So she'd be like, "Can I get a knackman?" And be like, "Yeah, absolutely."
My gosh.
And then our youngest son, he would add, for the longest time, he added F's instead of P's in front of everything. So he'd be like, "I got a foop," and that was like the cutest thing.
That's so cute.
And they're all at that point now where like they don't say those things anymore. They don't like, they can pronounce words appropriately. And it's just kind of like, it's like awesome because they're growing up, they're becoming their own independent, fun little humans. But at the same time, it's like
offensive that they stop saying the cute little things.
You're
like,
oh, say that forever,
heart,
know? Yeah.
It's like when you go from mama to mommy and then from mommy to mom.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
Oh, no one told me that was going to happen.
I've been bra for a while with our oldest, like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Terrible.
Yeah. So do you guys have any like specific memories or like things that you like wish you could go back and relive, like experiences that might not happen again anymore?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the oldest kids. My oldest she's 13. And when she was 3, loved Disney princesses. Her whole thing. Loved it. Loved Disneyland. She'd already been at that point a couple times. So I like Disney. I'm wearing a Maleficent shirt, for heaven's sakes. I like Disney. And one day I took a video, and I'm so glad I have this video because it's like one of those things that is just so silly that I've shown her so many times. It's like one of my favorite videos of her. She, on her own, we had started potty training, and so she's wearing like, little grown-up little girl underwear, and she had a dress on, or like not a dress on. Anyway, she dressed up absurdly. Everything's upside down. Everything's wrong way. She has sunglasses upside down. she's got a purse, she's wearing high heels, her little like play outfit stuff, and she's walking to the garage, like to go out the door. And I just grabbed my phone and I started recording because it was so funny. She's just like shuffling forward, like walking towards the garage. And I was like, where are you going? And she goes, to Disneyland. And I was like, you're going to Disneyland? And she's like, for the fireworks. And I was like, you're going to go to Disneyland for the fireworks? Or I said something and she's like, uh-huh. And I was like, you're going to go to Disneyland? And then she goes, for the fireworks. Yeah. And I was like, okay. Like she kind of like turned back and she kept walking and she goes, bye, hun. And I had never called her hun. She'd never said that to me before. And I was awesome. Like, bye, hun. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. Just the whole thing was just this absolute chaos walking, and it was so funny. And that's like certain times, like when you look at your kids, you're like, you still see that like tiny little version of them, like the younger version of them. But like you're saying, it is like a double-edged sword because you love and appreciate the version of them as they get older. Mm-hmm. My son, when he was little, he had a bunch of ear infections. It's not funny, but it was funny because we didn't know. And it's funny now, but at the time I was like, I'm a terrible mom because I didn't know. We'd bring him in and they're like, oh, he has a double ear infection. And I'm like, he has no symptoms. Like he's not fussy. He's just existing. And he had several in a year, enough to warrant getting tubes in his ears. So we go in to have the thing and there he's like, oh yeah, is he having a hard time like speaking? Like, is he not like talking at the same rate like your other child was? And I was like, no, he's not. And he said, yeah, it's probably because he's been hearing everything from underwater. Like the entirety of his life, everything sounds like wah, 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 wah. So he can't
the Charlie Brown phone
what
calls.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt even worse. But then we got tubes in his ears and we did like speech therapy and all these things. But it was the cutest thing. He used to sound like a little Italian. So he, instead of saying, I want a drink of water, he'd say, like, can I have a drink of water? He'd go, can I have a drink of water? Like it was just like everything was, can I have a water? Like everything was, I don't know, maybe that's more New York or I don't know the accents. But anyway, it was really funny. We called him our little Italian son. And it was really incredible. He went to a preschool that had a speech therapist and a speech pathologist there. They were both working every single day with him. And he would get understandably very frustrated because he couldn't express what he wanted and he couldn't understand what we wanted. And he would just ball his little hands up in fists and by his side and just like little man rage when he was like 2 or 3. It was rough. And I felt helpless. Like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know what you want. And we'd have to work really slow on different things to try to understand what he needed. And when I took him to this preschool, when I say that this woman changed our lives, I mean genuinely, like an angel on earth, just so much patience. She was a teacher who oversaw like the entire program. And within that calendar year from like September, I think he actually started like in January. I think it was a little bit of a late start, but within the end of that school year, he was speaking like normally. He could communicate to us. I could communicate to him. And it was like, I got emotional for the first like several times I would see his teacher after I realized how much of a change it had brought up in him because he was more calm because he could speak and I was more calm because I could understand. And it was like, it just saved so much of our like heartache because we were trying so hard to communicate and just literally couldn't understand each other. So I wasn't too sad to see that go because I knew that it meant peace because he could understand, what I was saying and I could understand him. And then I have 3 kids. So then Cassie can go next. But then my youngest, I feel a little bad that I didn't do this with my other kids because I just didn't have as many brain cells available when I was in the trenches with all 3 kids.
Experience too, right? From
that too.
Kids. Yeah.
But I have a note on my phone of quotes from her of just silly little random things. And it is long, like it's lengthy. So there's quite a few from her. But one little cute thing that she would say, she also loved Disney princesses. And instead of calling them princesses, she'd call them princesses. So Princess was a princess. And she wanted to watch princesses or wanted to dress up like a princess. And the first time that she said princess, I was like, you mean princess?
And she's
like,
princess?
yeah. And I was like, oh no. And she's my last and my youngest. And I was like, well, baby, my children's childhood, it's gone. Like it was rough. I was more sad about it than like it probably should be. But I was like, Oh no, it's really fun, and she's so sweet, and now she's 9 and so smart and can do so many things on her own, and I'm like, man, very proud of you, but also like I would give anything to go back in time just for a
slow
day
it down, please.
and just enjoy it, I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase where it's like there's always going to be that last time, and you never know when it's your last time. Like the last time you brush your kid's hair out that they need help with, or the last time that you carry them to bed because they fell asleep, or like the last time that you help tie their shoes, like those like last very just monotonous everyday little things. And I tried really hard to like remember each of those like moments. I tried really hard to like be present for each of those like shifts from the next step of like the last time I needed to carry you everywhere that you walked, and I've been fortunate enough to be a stay-at-home mom throughout my kids' childhoods, and I didn't miss milestones. Really, really grateful that I was able to be there for those. Except my son learned how to walk while I was on a cruise. That was rough. But other than that one, and he got his first haircut while I was gone, which we don't talk about. But it was fine either way. For the most part, I didn't miss the milestones. But it's, yeah, like you said, it's kind of a double-edged sword where you get excited about the new phase, the new chapter, but it's also like you want to hold on to like those good memories of the other chapters.
Yeah.
And maybe
absolutely.
hurry past the really hard chapters. You're I know I'm going to miss this, but oh my gosh, I need more sleep. I need more sanity. I'm sick of boogers on the walls and changing your diapers every 2 seconds. Like, yeah. It's like you want to like enjoy your time and make it like all whimsical, like everything on Instagram. It's like, enjoy the time you have. And it's like, do you want to enjoy the time with the meltdowns? Because I'm kind of done enjoying it. I would like to go fast forwarding into the teenager days. That sounds great in comparison.
Yeah. Those like well-meaning elderly people in the stores are like, oh, you're gonna miss this. Like, I am gonna throw like, this cereal box at your head. That's what I'm gonna do. Like,
do you want my child for the day?
Terrorize you.
Yeah, exactly. I know, Cassie, you're probably in the trenches the most of us currently with your little list.
Yeah, I have the littlest of all of us.
You are also the littlest of all of us. So
I am the youngest.
I'm the oldest with the oldest kids. E-Box is the middle with the middle kids, and Cassie's the youngest with the youngest. Aw, that makes my OCD really happy.
Yeah, I mean, I just miss like Bryce's baby phase. So the only word that she really said weird was yellow. It was lello. But other than that, she pronounces all words right.
Yes,
the first 9. Even I like try and get her on a word. And I'm like, hey, say cinnamon. And first try, I'm like, okay, well, fire truck.
That girl is going to be like
the usual.
She'll be like an extemporaneous speaker when she grows up or something.
Yeah, I feel like, and she still watches it every once in a while. But we were like a big, heavily watched Miss Rachel household, and I feel like that's a big reason as to why she can say words the way she can and pronounce them well.
For sure, yeah.
Well, she takes her time with all the like the videos and things, like how she talks, like her enunciation of words and things was really clear. And a lot of the kids' cartoons and things, they talk really fast, and she was very slow, and it's so much easier to like pick up on.
She like very well articulates like her words, and she's easily understands. Harry sometimes says he can't understand her, and I'm like, that's really good for
I think you're the only one.
That might be a you issue, Harry.
But but other than that,
it's okay. My dad couldn't understand my son either.
Yeah,
he was like, I don't know what he's saying. I'm like, he's Italian. Think of him as Italian. You'll understand it.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. There's not much. Like, she's just still getting into like, she still has like her baby phase. Like, she still has her talks like a youngster, and still does things like she still wants to be held like a baby, because she likes when I tell her about, oh, I like stayed up every night and held you like this, and he would just be like, wow, wow. To like, make her giggle. And so she threw a temper tantrum tonight at my mom's house, and my mom and I were just laughing because it was over the fact that my nephew didn't give her bubbles, but it was just the fact that we ran out of time. So like they didn't get to the bubbles yet, but she lost her shit on him. And he was like, we could have played with bubbles, like
sad.
Yeah, so she was upset.
Yeah. You won't miss
but she's still like super into her stuff, like she's learning new things, but still has like her baby stuff. Like I like have a hard time throwing toys away because I'm like, oh, she'll find it or she'll remember it, and if it's not there, then I'll be in trouble. And she'll like go through her toy box, which you've seen her toy box, and she'll find the toy and she'll be like, oh, I played with it. And I was like,
yeah,
you played with that. So we have like a little jar of honey. I don't know if I've told you guys about this, but it's like this big, and it's sitting in my truck right this minute. Like she has played with that literally before she could talk. Like, and it's still
I
a thing.
love that. And is it glass or plastic? Like the little
plastic.
like
it's like just like the smaller.
Yeah, is it a teddy bear one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she loves it. She's taken it to school.
That's so
it's
funny.
been her like emotional support toy.
That's amazing.
And yeah, like I'm gonna miss when she goes to school and doesn't need an emotional support toy, like because she has Charlie Brown, and I guess that's the one thing, she calls him Charlie Brown, not Charlie Brown. So that's so I'll probably miss that, but I don't correct her.
Yeah.
If she says something wrong, I will not correct her because I think it's the cutest. But
yeah,
I think I think of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when our daughter stopped saying Knackman, we like, when she said napkin the first time, we're like, you mean Knackman, right? Like,
yeah,
trying to get her to say the same.
You dare.
Still Charlie Brown.
Yeah, right.
He's browned, not brown.
He just was at the beach. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, and then we like lost Charlie Brown one time. Just wasn't at my house, and we had Charlie Brown's sister, and she was like, no, I want Charlie Brown. Like, I don't have Charlie Brown.
Oh no,
I don't know what to tell you.
So Charlie Brown made his way back this week. So
good. That would be tough to not have their favorite thing.
Yeah, it's always like my favorite in the mornings, because I'm like, all right, who you taking to school today? And now it's like become this, how many things can I take to preschool today? And I'm like, okay, your backpack only fits so much, kid. Like, but so I picked her up on Friday, and she had like a full-on baby doll, like a full-size baby doll, and then Charlie Brown, and then all of these like toys that are probably like an inch long, but there's like 40 of them, and then like she has like little glass toys that her other mom gets her, and so yeah, there's like phases that I know I'm gonna miss, and then I miss like her little infant. I don't miss not sleeping. That's I'm still in the not sleeping phase. So
it will get easier.
That's why I keep eventually looking down, is because I'm like, I'm gonna have to get up soon. But she went back to sleep.
That's good.
She's just the opposite direction in her bed now. So she's this way.
That's funny.
She's just having an adventure.
Yeah. Hopefully she feels okay.
Yeah, not sleeping is one thing that I won't miss. I mean, I'm not a great sleeper anyway, but like, I remember, I think it was, I think it was like 3 years ago now, we got a new mattress because my wife.
Her face on my monitor. Sorry, I had to like hurry and grab it. Panic.
But we had got a mattress probably 3 years ago. It might have been when Chelsea was pregnant with Winston, because she was having a lot of back pain, and our mattress was like a little older. So it was like, for her birthday, I was like, let's get a new mattress, one that's like super comfy for you. So we went and tried some out, and we got one. And then I think it was like a full year later at her next birthday, I was like, Chelsea, I think you and I have slept together on this new mattress like less than 10 times, like together in the last year, because the kids kept like waking up, and because my oldest son, he had a lot of like issues sleeping. He's much better now. Like he's getting better and better, but he would wake up like, he would sleep until like midnight every night. So we'd put the kids to bed at like 7:30 and he would sleep until like midnight. But then it would be like take him back upstairs and he'd be up at like 12:30 and then take him back upstairs and then he'd be up at like 1:15 and take him back upstairs and he'd be up at like 2:15. And everybody said like, you just have to power through. Eventually it'll stop. I did it for probably 10 days. And I was like, I slept for like 2 hours those 10 days, like every night. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, so for a while we did the like, and that was like an internal battle with me too, where it's like, I just want you to sleep through the night. Like this is getting so old. And then like, I had the realization of like, he's not going to want me in the middle of the night forever, you know, like, this is something like, I'm never going to regret that I snuggled him extra, you know, like in those moments. But it was definitely like, I remember getting like just frustrated, like laying next to him. It's like, go to sleep, please go to sleep. You know, I'd take him up and leave. And
it's almost like, this
like as soon as I'd walk out of the room and be like, please.
It's almost this like this balancing act between comfort and letting your kids rule the roost. And it's like how every parent does it is different. And I think that how we're raised also very much impacts how we then parent our kids, and then how far on whatever path we choose to either, you know, crack the whip and like, no, you're going to bed, versus like, you can sleep in my bed, who cares? You know, like there's the difference, I think, is a lot of how we were raised and what feels like a comfort or what feels like a dismissal or what we want to do differently with our parenting. And I think there's not really like, this is the answer. This is the only way to do it, because every human is different, and every coping way is different. I think overwhelmingly, as your kids get older, you're going to realize, and they're going to realize that you're consistent with whatever it is. Or I guess that's the hope, is that you're consistent with all the things. And if their bedtime changes, but their love is consistent, and the comfort that they receive is consistent, but maybe they have to self-soothe. Maybe they don't get to come out of their room. And I was telling Cassie, like with Bryce in bed, I'm like, if she gets out of bed, like at least with my toddlers, maybe you can try this, is like, okay, well, if you want to sleep on your floor, you can, but like, I'm going to say goodnight to you and I expect you to be in your bed, but I'm not going to come in and make you get back in your bed, because that's given her that time and that attention that she was wanting, instead of just going to sleep. It's like a reward if she gets out and it's like, I'm waiting to see what I get away with. You know, like kids always do that. And as they get older, they learn how much they can get away with even more, you know, because they're clever and they know, like, it's not like a mean thing. It's just they love you and they want your time and they want to be with you. And sometimes sleeping is kind of scary. And it's like, I don't want to be alone. I want to be with you. You're like my favorite person, you know? So, and it's not going to be forever, but it's also like, you want to empower your kids to be brave in those moments and to be strong and to be able to be okay on their own. Because what if they go to a sleepover? What if they're sleeping at another parent's house? And it's like, you can't always walk with them in those paths. And I think for me, that's at least like something I've tried to be instilling in my kids, is like, I can't be there with you at every moment. So I need you to understand, like, I expect you to act as if I'm in the room, but I can't be there. So you have to make those good choices on your own. And that also involves going to bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before 2 a.m, please. So we all don't want to murder each other.
Yeah. And that's a good point. And we've realized, like, our kids, because they've stayed over like at other people's houses a handful of times, and they're always like, oh yeah, they slept just fine. They woke up once and I put them back to bed. And it's like, I remember in those moments, I was like, are you kidding me? Because we were so nervous to like send our kids to someone else's house. And I think it's like, you know, parents, like you said, like, you're my favorite person, like, you're the safe space. So it's like, they just feel more comfortable, like, if they're scared, you know.
Yeah, they get to have those emotions come out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
you're like, can you just be uncomfy at a neighbor's house for the next like 6 years? Thank you. I want some sleep.
I want the good behavior here, please. Like,
I'm no longer emotionally available. I take it back. I want my sleep more than I want your happiness. Kidding.
Some other things recently I came across. So we had a miscarriage, which was really, really hard. Like a year and a half before Oliver was born. And the other day, I don't remember where I saw it, but like someone got us this little like onesie for Oliver when he was born, and it's so tiny. Oliver was born, like
premature.
Yeah, he was like 7 weeks early, 6 or 7 weeks early, so not like super premature, but he weighed like just over 6 pounds, I think. So he was still like a normal sized baby, but like the onesie is so small, and it was like, gosh, what did it say on it? It had a rainbow on it because like he was a rainbow baby.
He's your rainbow baby.
Yeah, and it said something like the rainbow after the storm or something like that. And gosh, I just was like, just getting emotional looking at this little onesie because it was like, it reminded me of like the loss we had, and then also like Oliver and having Oliver and how we don't like fit in it anymore. And Chelsea and I have talked a lot about like the miscarriage, this is kind of a swerve a little bit from where we were going, but it's like, it's so weird because like we miss, we call him Sammy, because we didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, and Sammy can be a boy's name or a girl's name, you know. So that's just what we named.
How far along
the
was
baby
she?
we lost? She was only like 9 weeks, I think, so she wasn't very far along at all.
But you guys knew you were pregnant for like more than a month, I'm assuming.
We did,
like
for
2
quite
months.
a while, and enough time to get super excited about it. And we were like really ramping up to start telling people, and then all of a sudden we're in the emergency room and it's over, you know. And that was a really hollowing experience because we went from being incredibly excited to share this news that like, hey, we're starting our family, to now we had to like share, oh, well, we were pregnant and now we're not, because we didn't, like, her parents didn't know yet, like none of our close friends knew. It was just us. We were just super excited, getting things ready to kind of announce, and then we found out about it, and it was heart-wrenching. Like, it was really tough.
Miscarriages are awful.
Yeah.
And not just to be that person, but like as the person who's pregnant, like your hormones are crazy, and you go into like this mama bear mode of like, you don't eat anything that's not okay for the baby. You don't sleep in a way that's not okay for the baby. You prep everything around you to be this perfectly little bubble wrapped, world to keep them safe.
Yeah.
And sometimes things don't work. Sometimes babies are something just isn't perfect in their little creation, and then you have a miscarriage. Or there's obviously other things you can't control. And in a lot of ways you can't help but feel partially like guilty. There's a lot of that is associated with that. My sister was pregnant with twins, and she went through infertility stuff for quite a while. And that's when I knew that before bye Cassie. Before I had my daughter, I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry, E-Box. I promise I won't talk forever.
Oh, you're fine.
But I went to fertility help as well because just my insides they don't work. They're just dumb, and I would never ovulate ever. And so I would never be able to have a baby without fertility help. And my sister went to the same doctor that I went with. That was amazing, like a miracle worker. She was just incredible. And my sister found out she was pregnant with twins, and it was just so exciting. And she had, oh my gosh,
he just absolutely donkey kicked that Sammy off of that chair.
Hemi, please, we're having such a deep emotional conversation here, pal.
He looks so satisfied with himself too.
He does. He's very proud of himself. Like, guys, I was getting too heavy. I lifted the mood. You're welcome.
Yeah.
My sister had already had a miscarriage as well, and so she was pregnant with twins, and it was just very much the same kind of thing. You're just like, okay, rainbow baby, we're going to make sure that we're very careful, all the things. And then she found out she had twins, and it was like even more of like, okay, now you're kind of considered like high risk when you have twins.
Yeah.
And she ultimately ended up, one of her babies the heart stopped beating. And she was like 20 weeks along. And at the time it was really scary. They didn't know, oftentimes when you're pregnant with twins, that your body can detect that there's been a miscarriage, and your body will say, okay, I'm done with this pregnancy, and gets, ready to give birth to, or have a miscarriage, like a full blown, everything. And if that happened, my niece would not have survived because she was so young. She's only 20 weeks along, that she wouldn't have lived outside of my sister's, womb. And so it was really, really touch and go for a minute. But then it seemed like it was okay, and she was able to carry her to term. And when she was born, my niece has this when she was born, her brother, I would have had a nephew, and I have a nephew, but she would have had a brother.
A twin brother, yeah.
And they were like, together right there in the womb. But when she was born, the nurses said, "Oh, she has a stork bite." And my sister was like, "What?" And they were kind of all like hushed almost about it. This like not a sad thing, but it was this reverent, like, "Oh my goodness," because they knew that she had lost her son, and that they were only giving, she was delivering one single baby, but it started out as twins. She has this from her shoulder blade down to her pinky. She has this bright red and darker colors birthmark, and it just stretches her entire arm, and it's so beautiful and so unique. And it's they call it a stork bite because when one of the twins doesn't survive, they basically are like giving all that they had to their surviving sibling, and sometimes it leaves a mark, and that's the mark that they call that.
Interesting.
And my sister and brother-in-law were like very concerned about people being mean and bullying because kids are awful.
Yeah,
but it's not like it's grotesque. It's just a really pretty like reddish, purple kind of birthmark. And I was like, I don't think you need to worry about that because of how you're going to raise her. That's going to be something super cool to tell everybody. Yeah, it's from my brother.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't make it, but he's watching over me and he's hanging out with me, and that's like, she loves talking about it. And it's something that is like a conversation starter for her. Yeah. And she's just the bubbliest, happiest, cutest little human, and like just confident, so freaking confident. And my sister, we've talked about it quite a bit, that I'm sure what you're going to also probably talk about too is that like birthdays and holidays and things where you have your whole family together, you sometimes are like thinking about the child that's not there. So anytime my niece has a birthday party or a big monumental milestone, it's so cool and it's so fun, but it's also like parts of that are kind of sad because there's another child that you don't have there. My family is pretty religious, and my sister, we've talked a lot about this, and she feels that she gets to have that baby in heaven, that when she is done with this life, that she'll not be denied the ability to still be a mother to those children that she had miscarriages of. And yeah, I think it's a really beautiful approach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I was going to go into is like, there is that, like, anytime it's like, and you guys like know this, April's a tough month for me for several reasons. One of them is because the miscarriage happened in April. So like every year when that comes around, it's really tough, but it's like interesting because we do mourn that loss, but then like what came from that loss is our 3 kids now, because like had we had our first pregnancy, who knows how the family layout would have landed, and it's and it's one of those same things like we think about too, like we're confident we'll be reunited someday, as well. But we wouldn't have had our 3 kids like they are now, because it's like if we started our family then Oliver might not exist. Like we would have named our first kiddo Oliver, but the Oliver that's here now, like the Oliver that we know and love, it's like, it's just one of those weird things where it's like the loss sucks. Yeah, the loss is awful and it's horrible, and I don't wish it upon anybody, but at the same time, it's like, it's weird the beauty that's come from that loss, and it's I'm gonna make myself cry. I need to stop talking. Cassie, do something funny.
I see you missed it. Hemi drop kicked the stuffed animal off the couch.
Absolutely yeeted it. Yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
But yeah, finding that little onesie, that's where that was like the original thing that got me on that tangent, was like, it's like, man, he's so tiny, and now he's like 8 and he's enormous and bigger than 10-year-olds, like, and like, it's just crazy how the time moves, like I used to have an English teacher in high school who he was kind of a crazy guy. He had a hook for a hand. which is neither here nor there.
Was Captain Hook? Okay.
No.
Did he kidnap children?
I don't think so.
Hook.
There's a hook. Yeah, there's a hook. Yeah. It was really funny. He boxed story time about this this teacher because he had a hook for a hand, and obviously high school students would like just kids in general would be like, "What happened to your arm?" You know, just like because that's the.
Was it like from his shoulder down, or was it
was
just
from
like his wrist
here, like just above his elbow is where it was kind of missing. No, he had an elbow joint actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, so it was like just under his elbow, like his forearm down was gone. And he would always like every year it was a different story. So like I remember when I was a freshman, like I was told that like he was like scuba diving in the Caribbean and a shark bit his arm off. You know, that was the story, and I believed it. You know, I was like, that sure, that makes sense. But then like I found out there was like different stories every year, and I don't remember like any of the other ones. But he was just he was literally just born without part of an arm. So like that was the actual story. So he had like a little like nub that had like, you know, it had like fingers on it, but they were just like not functional. So it was just really random that he would. But anyway, back to what he said. He used to say like just speaking of time and kids growing up and everything's so weird. His like theory on time was like, he was like, the older you get, he's like, obviously 60 seconds is still 60 seconds. He's like, but time moves faster, or like your perception of time moves faster. Because like when you're 2 years old, a year of your life is literally 50% of your life. Yeah. But like now me at 37, like 1 year is 1/37th of my life. So he's like, the perception as you get older is like time is like quite literally feels like it moves faster for you because you just, there's more of it that's happened to you. And it was always like an interesting thought to me, you know?
Yeah. I think you also appreciate the time you have with the people you love more when you're older. Like so much more. Like that's all that I wanted with my dad. I didn't want a birthday gift. I didn't want like anything. I wanted to go on a trip with him. I wanted to sit at my parents' house and have dinner and just play a card game. Like I wanted to ask him questions and record it so that my kids could have that when they're older, because I knew he wasn't going to be around. Like it's like you just want time with your people. And it's weird. It is a weird perception of time because it does shift.
It absolutely does.
That's what I tell my family. I would rather them, because, you know, they have plenty of money. So I always tell them, like, spend your money on experiences, whether it's with us or yourselves or whatever you want. Like, I would rather have an experience than something that I'm gonna throw away eventually. And now that's what I get as a gift, isn't it? Some sort of experience. So
that's what you gave me for my birthday too.
Present.
What's your birthday present?
I got a Seahawks game for my
birthday.
Ooh. Wait,
awesome.
when?
I get to pick.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I was like, ooh, do I want to go to Seattle?
Yes.
To see one, or they're playing the Raiders in November. And I was like, or do I just do both?
Or just do both.
Yeah.
Right. You have the Raiders
have
season
them
tickets,
Vegas
right?
is too easy. But yeah. So, but I think it'd be fun to go to Seattle for a weekend and go to that.
I have a lot of good recommendations for you.
I used to live there. Back in the day.
You lived in Seattle too?
Yeah, I sure did.
I don't think I knew that. Learning all the places Cassie lived. She's like lived in Alaska, lived in Seattle. Yeah.
Started. We're not gonna for another day.
For another time.
Yeah. But yeah, I think experiences are like way better. That's like what I want to do with Bryce too. Is do experiences, because now like she's obviously been to Disneyland a couple times in her little life, and that's all she wants to do. She's like, I just want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Talk to grandma or grandma. Either one of them will take you.
Yeah.
And then of course she brought it up to my mom the other day, and my mom's like, oh, I was just thinking. And I was like, oh gosh. It was a joke, but I mean, I'm not mad.
We're going,
She's like, I was thinking we should go for Halloween. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight you.
Yeah.
But sure. I don't know what weekend, because I Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting because I'm very much an experienced person too, but
I'd rather go for Christmas.
My kids are definitely different in that regard. So like my oldest son, he likes things. He always wants like Nerf guns or an RC car or kind of stuff like that. And actually, there's a funny story that I was thinking about earlier when I was talking about just like kids doing things that like you want to just remember forever. So there was one time we were my wife's family was visiting and we had to go to Walmart for something. I don't remember why we were there, but we were all just walking around, and this was before we had other kids, so it was just our little man, and he was like 2 or 3 at the time. And I remember he came walking up to me with this like, I mean, if I were to carry it, my arms would be like spread out almost all the way. It was just like huge. And he just like,
oh my gosh.
And it was like an RC car. And he's like, Dad.
That big?
Dad. It was, well.
Oh, for him.
So
oh
like,
my gosh.
It was probably like this big, but like scale wise, if I was carrying it, it would have been enormous. So for his little body, it was absolutely comical to see him carrying this like RC car. And he's like, Dad, you get this? Because he like, he couldn't really, I don't think he'd really tell. He might have only been like 1. He was real small. So because his English wasn't super great yet.
He was better with Spanish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Russian specifically was his
that too.
But I was like, buddy, I think Christmas was coming up. So I was like, maybe for Christmas we can talk about getting that for you. I was like, but not right now. You got to put it back. And without skipping a beat, he turns around, and Chelsea's mom was just down the like aisle from us, and he just goes, Mimi, and like walks up to her because he was like, gonna ask her to buy it for him because I said no.
My gosh,
it was the funniest thing.
That's incredible.
We died.
Grandparents are the best.
Yeah, so he's like very much like a get me stuff kind of thing. But our youngest son, like, he wants to do things. So like last year for his birthday, he like loved watching like Monster Jam reruns on TV. And so we're like, we should take him to Monster Jam. And he was like, so stoked about it. And like, he didn't stop talking about it for like 6 months afterwards, where he's like, we go Monster Jam for my birthday again? And it's like, maybe if you want to,
Yeah.
It's like, he doesn't ask for things. He like wants to do stuff. And it's just interesting, like different kids are going to like different things, like the different love languages and stuff.
But, I was going to say, I think we talked about this I don't think we talked about it on a podcast.
No, I don't think it was on the podcast.
But love language, a lot of the time you think it's, you think that it's like like it's for, like romantic relationships.
Yeah.
But it has a lot to do with also individual relationships, like with friends or children. And I actually talked about this in therapy the other day, that he said that there's a little bit of an evolution within the therapy world when it comes to love languages, because you really need all of those. You need all of those different kinds of love languages. But the ones that make you feel the most seen are the first couple or whatever that's on your like test results. But he said that everybody kind of needs all of that. And it doesn't have to be a lot of it. If it's like, gift giving, it could be something small if that's not like your love language or whatever. But with kids, it's interesting because I've asked my kids these questions about like, what would make you feel more special? Like getting a treat from the gas station, or watching a show with me, or like, those like little things. Cause that's either a little like gift active, little gift right there, or time, the quality time. And each of my kids have different love languages. And I think it's important to ask those questions like kind of often, like maybe on a yearly basis. I don't know, because they can change, but it's kind of interesting to see. You're like, we didn't raise you any differently. You guys are all kind of the same. Yeah. You're all so different.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny.
It is, yeah. It's cool to see them develop their own little personalities and their different likes and dislikes, and like the evolution of what they enjoy, like Oliver outgrew dinosaurs and, turned into more like fishing and Nerf guns and sports, all that kind of stuff. And our daughter, she's still very much like, she's still into princesses. She still carries her stuffies everywhere. Like she has an emotional support stuffy that she takes, like if we go to like church or just like to the store. She's always like, we're leaving the house and she's like, I can't find Princess Unicorn. It's one of her stuffies, and she'll get like offended.
She names her unicorn Princess Unicorn?
Princess Unicorn is actually a pill bug, but yes. It's
an alive pill bug?
No. It's like so Lucy she has always loved bugs. She's like a princess, but like she's also a tomboy. It's like
that was me as a child.
She's gonna get dolled up to go play with bugs. Like that's Lou. And it's so cute.
Oh no, I wouldn't get dolled up. I would still dress like a tomboy, but I was out like catching salamanders and snakes, and like my dad would get spiders and put them into a jar and have spider wars and see which spider was superior, and I'd watch. And
no, that's how she is. She loves the critters. Like she's the one who will handle bugs and snakes, but she'll do it dressed like a princess. You know, so it's like super cute.
So funny.
But the pill bug was actually made by our friend Tiffany, like crocheted a pill bug for her because she loved roly-poly bugs.
Cute.
And she named it Princess Unicorn, which is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. A pill bug named Princess Unicorn.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
And she gets like offended
really cool
if it is a really cool gift, yeah. But she gets offended if you call her like little critters the wrong name, because I'll do that sometimes. Like I'll pick up
you have to know the names.
Giraffe, and I'll be like, "Oh, do you want Mr. Giraffe?" And she's like, "That's Giraffe."
That's not his name.
You know, like she'll like say the name, and it's like so funny.
I do that too, but I like more rage bait Bryce, knowing that
it's wrong.
Oh my! Yeah.
Lucy just.
I've been rage baiting her a lot lately with. She found a new show, and it's called Henry Huggle Monster. And I'm like, it's Henry Huggle Nuggle or something. Like, she's like, no, it's not, Mom.
Oh my
gosh. Huggle Monster. Say it with me slow. And I was like,
she says that to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's Mom, like in Project Hail Mary when it's like,
me. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it makes her giggle. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Oh man. Well, are we at the part where we want to transition over to the gaming talk for the week?
If you're ready.
You tell me, Mr.
You tell
Host.
me, Mr. Host. Yeah. Mr. Host, are you here? Oh, yeah, that was a bad joke. Sorry.
I mean, it got me good. It's fine. Oh my gosh.
Just talking about kids and the gaming world changing and stuff like what games do you wish like were still relevant and or we're talking about DLCs as well, like because that's how you support a lot of games, I think, now with like the live service market. So it's like if there was a game first, that would be my first question, is like if there was a game that you could bring back and keep supporting it with DLCs, would you? And then the follow-up to that would be like, what is like your kind of like spending level of like DLCs, and do you typically purchase DLCs? Do you not purchase DLCs? Like what's the cutoff for that? And how do you feel about DLCs, I guess, as like
I have a few.
Yeah.
So I had to open up my Steam library because I was like, I know a couple, but I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Minecraft Dungeons, I'm a big fan of, and we'll probably talk a lot about that leading up to the Minecraft Dungeons 2 release. But I bought every single DLC. I play that every week with my sister still. We are the highest level you can possibly be, and we just are like still love it, and we are always like grinding for better stuff. Yeah. And I have all except for one of the achievements because I'm a nerd. It's fine. But they stopped putting in live updates to the game. They used to do seasonal updates like winter events and like Halloween events with very special gear for it. The anniversary for the game coming out, they had like a birthday celebration thing. It was awesome. They put a lot of love into the game.
Yeah.
And they stopped because they put all their time and attention they closed that studio and put their attention into Minecraft Legends, which super flopped and nobody liked it and it was dumb, and I tried it and I was very disappointed. I'm like, this is what they abandoned Minecraft Dungeons for? And it has this cult following, this like there's a lot of love for Minecraft Dungeons, and it makes me so happy because their Twitter account kind of stayed slightly active, not very. And years ago, literally years, I saw a Reddit leak for Minecraft Dungeons 2, and I was like, oh my gosh, please let this not be someone who's like creating something to just rage bait people in the future of like, I saw something and it never came to fruition. I was just really hoping that it did ever come to, see the light. And believe it or not, we have Minecraft Dungeons 2 coming out in September. And I think that is very much because of the love that studio really created in the game, and it's such a fun take on the Minecraft world. It's a dungeon crawler type of game that it doesn't have like the permanence or the frustration about like a Dark Souls-esque kind of game. It's more forgiving. It's a little bit more cozy, if you will, in that way. But it's still stressful, and it gets crazy difficult, and it's so much fun. And there's so many little secrets and little nuances to it that I love. So that one I'm very happy that I think that the internet's love for has made it come back. And I really hope Minecraft Dungeons 2 crushes it. The other game that I love, and this is a total niche, like random one that you guys probably have never played, that I really, really would have loved to have seen them play or create a third in this saga, is Deus Ex. The first one is called Human Revolution. It's a game that it's a franchise that has many different games in it, but there's 2 that came out to consoles and computers too. But in like 2000, I'm gonna get it wrong, but in like 2008-ish, I think, is when Human Revolution came out. And then Mankind Divided is the second one from that. And that came out in, I want to say like 2014, somewhere around there. If you're looking for a good first-person shooter story game, that is the best by far. It's incredible. It has such deep story and like understanding of the characters. You hack computers and you understand like more about like the political things in the world it's set in. And essentially, if Deus Ex did not exist, Cyberpunk would never have seen the light. It walked so that Cyberpunk could run. It's very much the first pace for that type of game. Kind of like the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was like the first game in that realm that then made Mass Effect possible. And Mass Effect is massive. Mm-hmm. And obviously Knights of the Old Republic has a big cult following too. But Deus Ex is so fun. I got to meet the voice actor who voices the main guy. And now all I can think of is the first guy from the first Deus Ex, whose name is JC Denton, but I can't think of what his name is. That's going to haunt me. Anyway, but yeah, that one I would love for the third because the first one was fantastic. The second one was like setting up for the next phase. And then the third one just never happened because the studio didn't make enough money and it just didn't work out. So it was a big bummer. That's a Square Enix studio game that I loved. And the last one that I'll say, I think is probably a much more popular one that people will know is BioShock. I loved BioShock. It's creepy, it's intense, it's got like such an immersive world. And the first time that I played BioShock, I could not believe that this was like, that I had never heard of it before, that I never played it before. I played the first BioShock well after it had come out. And so when you're playing it, that you have this voice of someone saying, would you kindly do this? Would you kindly do that? All these things. And it's intense. And if someone hasn't played that game that's listening or watching, I don't want to say a singular thing other than sit down and play it because it is incredible. The story is fantastic. They remastered it and it's beautiful. I would love to play that on my stream, but I don't know if that would be super interesting for anybody except for me. But it has a big following, so maybe it would be. But they had 3 games come out in the BioShock world: BioShock 1, 2, and then what was the third one?
Infinite, I think.
Thank you, Infinite. Yeah. And I have a weird opposite opinion. That's not a very popular opinion, but I think BioShock 2 gameplay was more fun than the other games. I liked the gameplay of 2 the most. But the story of 1 is amazing. And the story of 3, I ended the game and I was like, what? I need someone to help. I need someone to explain this to me like I'm 5. And then I got it and then it made sense. But I was like, I think I was so focused on like a lot of the combat stuff that I kind of missed some of the story. But yeah, I would love more games in that world.
In that realm and regard. Sorry. Yeah. What about you, Cassie?
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I know, but that game still exists. I guess maybe the original.
One, like a new one.
one. I don't know. I haven't really played any of the new ones because I like it on GameCube. Like that type of controller, I cannot. Switch is a no-go for me.
Have you seen the old controllers you can use to hook up to your
I think you can get
Switch?
Like, ports for like GameCube controllers, like little adapters.
You don't even have to port. They're these little like Bluetooth ones that are for your Switch.
Be sweet. I should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be much
They have the
better
old NES ones too that you can use for the Switch.
I have to look into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're too tiny. The Switch buttons are too tiny.
Oh yeah, I would probably just play Super Smash Bros. I haven't played it in forever though. In fact, I don't have a Switch anymore. It is at my mom's house because someone came and got it. So my nephew has it. He's been playing Fortnite.
I was like, I don't understand. Oh, okay.
On my little account on there. And he's like, guess how many sprites I have? And I was like, what the heck is a sprite? Can you show me what this is? Because I have no idea.
He was like, very good friends.
I got a really rare one. And he was showing me all of them. So he's been stoked. Funny. I just said he can't take it to his mom's or his dad's house. So it has to stay at Randall's house.
Yeah.
That's a good rule. Otherwise it'll be gone in the wind.
Yeah.
I almost plugged in my PlayStation today and played Fortnite. And I was like, I should text your children and make them add me so we can be friends.
I mean,
and play.
We could all play. That would be so fun.
I know we could. I was like, I should just download Epic onto this and start a new account and play.
Click.
We're all gonna play now. So, because I was like, oh, that's like a game. I'm not terrible at it, but. I feel like Fortnite, it does a pretty good job at putting me in, lobbies that I can handle other than, I'd probably be, I was like, I should probably try and play Hunt solo and see how well I do or bad. So
I think you do better than you think.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're going to side tangent and sidebar talk about Hunt for a second. Cassie she'll get these she's like, oh, he's here. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I got him. Oh my gosh. Like we were playing the other day and Cassie, you jumped up, saw a man and you were like, there's a guy. And I heard a squish and I was like, you did not just jump shot that guy. Are you kidding me? I could not believe it.
I don't even remember jump shotting a guy. I
heard you go
at someone's brain.
As you jump up and then you clicked and I was like, that was that man's head that just squished. That was insane. You're good at the game.
Yeah, the more hours you get, you're going to be a menace. For sure.
Menace. What about you, Ebox? What game would you want to have come back to life?
That's a good question.
Yep, I just rubbed my ass like that.
So I think they remastered the game at some point, but I don't know if I played it. But Final Fantasy X was one of those games that I played as a kid that stuck with me forever.
I remember watching that with my brother quite a bit with Zach.
Yeah.
I never got into any of those.
Yeah.
Just because of the name. It's not the Final Fantasy. Clearly, if there's another Final Fantasy.
There's 18 of them. Yeah, right.
There's so many.
Yeah, they're all different. And they're completely separate from each other. They don't they're not direct continuations of each other. But
which doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense.
Yeah. But 10 was very good. And it was one of those games like you were talking about with BioShock. If you haven't played it, just play it. But I got to the end of it. And I literally questioned was I real? In this game.
What?
So it's hard to explain.
Were you real?
Without,
your character?
Yeah, it's hard to explain without spoiling it.
You can spoil it. I'm never going to play it.
Yeah, so you're this character named Titus, and there's this big overarching monster called, its name is Sin in the game, and there's a dedicated hero whose job is to defeat Sin. But the caveat is when you defeat Sin, that Sin dies, but the hero then dies and becomes the next Sin. So it's just this cycle over and over.
The hero becomes a bad guy?
Yeah. When you defeat Sin, you something about, I haven't played it so long, so I don't remember all the details, but essentially
it's
you
like a Batman arc if I've never heard it.
Yeah. And so this whole game, you're not the direct hero. You're traveling with, her name is Yuna, and you're traveling with her because she's the person who she knows that she's going to become Sin. And so you're figuring out how to
defeat her,
how to stop her from becoming Sin, because you become super close with her throughout the game. And you learn that your dad is actually like the current Sin like throughout the game. Yeah, and it's like super weird. Yeah, and there's this weird ending to the game where like your character, I don't remember if it's like you're not supposed to like exist in this reality or something, but like I think like the person who like is destined to become Sin or whatever like somehow pulls you out of like again at the end of it I was like, I don't know what just happened. Like, was my character real this whole time? Did we save the world? It was like wild. But so that's a game that I think like if I could go back and replay it, and they did make a second part to it, but I heard it wasn't as great, and I never actually played it. So that's definitely a game that I wish like just went more, because there was like this little mini game inside of it called Blitzball where like you can join like a professional blitzball team. And I spent like hours playing that as a kid because it was like a full-fledged like sport inside of the game. Like it was so.
Did you ever play the
fun.
Harry Potter game, like the old Harry Potter games, and you could play the what's it called?
Quidditch or something else?
Nope, the little marbles, but they had a specific name for it. Do you remember that game? Oh, that's gonna bother me.
But yeah, Final Fantasy X would be like my big one, and then
Gobstones.
Gobstones.
I was terrible at
it. Yeah. My brain just shut off.
It's okay.
My brain.
Did you ever play Tunic?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Tunic.
That's a game that I wish, not that this is a topic, but I'm making it a topic. That's a game I wish I could play again for the first time and have no knowledge of it.
Yeah.
I
absolutely
loved that game. And honestly, it's been enough time that I could probably play it again, and I have a goldfish memory, and I'd be like, what do I do here?
Yeah,
and I wouldn't remember.
This? Yeah.
But I remembered getting to the end of that game and being like, oh my gosh, is there a sequel? I have to play more. I
want to do this again.
And the end translation, because at the end you have understanding of this book. Like you have this manual that you're picking up pages the entire time. And so I was like translating different little parts of it because that's how much of a nerd I got into it. I like was translating each of the things.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing.
And then I was like, someone has to have this. Like, and then I found it's a website, the end thing. And I went to the website and it was something about like, I can't remember what it said, but it was essentially kind of left me very much like wondering, well, what happened? Similar thing to the Final Fantasy thing. It's like,
yeah,
I need more.
Yeah, that game was
so
good.
For that.
Yeah, I love that game. Red Dead Redemption, the first one, is also one I wish I could go back and play again for the first time. It was so good.
I've never played that because I'm afraid that I will not be able to stop. I have it.
Fair, I think.
I own it, apparently. I don't remember buying it, but it's in I'm just looking still at my library to see if there's another one I wanted to comment on.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil games are fantastic. I think they're very, very good.
Yeah.
I feel like and Portal. Oh, I want them to make another Portal game. It's so fun. Portal 2 is such a good time with like the little robots. Have you ever played that?
I've watched you play that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've watched you play. I don't know if
way back in the day. Though.
Really? You never played it, Ebox?
I feel like you would like that game.
That would be a fun game for you and Chelsea to play together.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one or the second one?
There's
or both
the second. The second is cooperative. The first one does not have co-op. But in the second game, you have different chapters to get you to it's not really like the main game. The main game is a female protagonist, like a human, and then the co-op part of the game are the robots that are operating on the side, essentially. But you still hear a lot of things that are happening in the main game, so it's kind of like a collaborative part to the game. So if you play the main game, then you understand the little nuances and references that are happening in the co-op part of it.
Got it.
So it's not like a story based at all. It's these little puzzles and challenges that you're essentially trying to get from point A to point B. And it starts out very simple, teaching you the game mechanics with the gun and how you use the portals. And it gets progressively more clever as you go on. It's never really like super intense. So I think as far as heavens, was so much snot. Cool. Yep. That wall is probably painted in his boogers. But that's something that I think is really would be a really good one if she's not super familiar with computer games.
Sure.
That'd be a really easy one for her to enjoy, I think, because it's really funny. Like the Gladys robot, it's an acronym and it stands for something, but she's such dry humor. She has such dry humor. Like I was laughing out loud as I played that game, and I think Chelsea would love it too. So you guys should play that one.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
And
I want them to like more. What did you say?
Me?
Yeah, you say do it because I can't.
No, I said I think they would like it.
Oh yes. I don't know where my brain came up with all that.
Do it because I can.
Because Cassie, you and I could play games if you want to play Portal 2.
Oh, it's funny.
No.
Oh man.
The other games I like are Assassin's Creed. I've played a lot of those.
Yes. Did you play the games that came before Assassin's Creed?
I don't think so. Maybe.
The Prince of Persia games?
Oh gosh, yeah.
That's a throwback as well. I'm gonna throw it back. The first Prince of Persia is old, but then they had these other ones with that I played on Xbox that were so fun. It was like the Warrior Within. There's like the Dark Prince. There's like all these different parts to it that it was awesome. I would have loved for them to remaster those. They're very fun. But they're kind of like the Deus Ex before Cyberpunk or the Knights of the Old Republic before Mass Effect. The Prince of Persia games did all those same mechanics that they then put into place for the Assassin's Creed games. And it's all Ubisoft. So it was all the same studio that created it. And it just, when they did Assassin's Creed, at first I was like, oh my gosh, is it the prince? But it's like not at all. But
having a dream.
He's disgusting. I don't know. He's asleep.
Sounded like he just like coughed up on himself and then just didn't get it out and went back to sleep.
Teach me how to do that.
Do the old snot rocket.
Man, spit like a man. But yeah, so
yeah,
I think those are a good list of a lot of games that we all love and would love to have more love to it. But if there's others that we missed, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'll be that person.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it. Unless we still want to go into I think that's good for me, good for us, good for everybody, good for the environment. Yep. Recyclops.
Recyclops. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for hanging out with us this week, and we will be back again next week.
All right, we'll catch you guys later. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we love your faces. Hydrate.